In 2011, a 3-year-old child went out with his family near a volcano called Mount Shasta. Suddenly, the child disappeared. His family searched everywhere for him, contacted the police, and had the local residents search the area. Eventually, they found him after some time. But what's strange about this story is that a few months later, while the child was playing with his grandmother, named Cappy, he told her, "I love you. I don't love the other Cappy." Confused, she asked what he meant, and he said, "When I got lost in the forest, the other grandmother Cappy came, took me to a terrifying place, like a cave filled with spiders, bags, rifles, and weapons, and asked me to take a bath on a piece of paper. I didn't know what to do at the time, so I started screaming in her face. She shouted at me and screamed loudly, and there were people telling me that we are the ones who put you in your mother's womb." Suddenly, the other grandmother Cappy's appearance began to change. The child fainted and woke up under a tree. Initially, the grandmother thought he was just talking nonsense because he was a child. But she knew the reputation of that mountain and knew the people who lived there. She herself had experienced something strange at that mountain 3 weeks before the child told her this story. Mount Shasta, according to Nancy Quenker's translation, is located in the southern part of the Cascade Range in Siskiyou County, California. The United States Geological Survey classified it as the 5th most threatening volcano, not just for potential eruption, but for the massive destruction it could cause. Currently, it is one of the largest dormant volcanoes in the United States. Its size allows it to be seen from 50 miles away, and some sources even claim it can be seen from 140 miles. The volcano presents a huge challenge for hikers and adventurers. But unusually, it attracts not just regular climbers, but people interested in energy, spirituality, mysticism, healers, mediums, shamans, people who worship strange gods, and those interested in paranormal phenomena or searching for alien artifacts. Native Americans also consider the mountain extremely sacred. They continue to hold rituals there and offer gifts to the deities said to reside on its peak. Interestingly, all these different groups agreed on one thing: there is a strange, unnatural feeling around the mountain. Regardless of their explanations, everyone who visited agreed on one point: there is an abnormal energy that some feel as tension when climbing, a cold sensation, or the feeling that something grabs their body and pushes them upward. The local indigenous people know certain areas of the mountain that are forbidden. Those who cross these areas often never return. For instance, in 2011, a young man named Michael Valvo, aged 19, went on a spiritual journey with a group to experience the mountain's energy and strange phenomena. The group spent 10 continuous hours climbing until they reached restricted areas, which the local indigenous warned were dangerous. After their experience, as they descended, Michael, who was at the back, started behaving oddly. He removed his upper clothing, threw off his shoes, and frantically climbed another section of the mountain, ignoring the group trying to stop him. He died while climbing. His family, suspicious that he might have used substances, requested a police investigation, but no drugs, alcohol, or other substances were found in his system. Michael's case is not isolated. Hundreds, if not thousands, of strange incidents have occurred at Mount Shasta, including mysterious deaths during climbs. Most can be explained scientifically or medically, but the truly inexplicable cases are disappearances. People vanish without a trace. Hikers, meditators, or casual visitors disappear as if they were never there. Some vanish even in groups, not alone. One of the most notable disappearances occurred in 1999, involving an experienced mountaineer named Carl Landers. He went climbing with 2 companions, Barry Glimmer and Milton Jeans. While setting out early from camp, Carl disappeared, leaving no trace despite his companions following the same path. Even with helicopters and infrared sensors, no evidence was found. Another disappearance involved a woman named Rosemary, who came to meditate and recover from her husband's death. She also vanished without a trace, along with her belongings, in the mountain area. The young child from 2011, mentioned earlier, was found under a tree, far from where his family had been. It was impossible for him to reach that spot alone. Even his dog found him on the riverbank, freezing, as if someone had tried to drown him. Initially, his family thought he was imagining things, but the events with his grandmother 3 weeks prior confirmed something strange had occurred. During a camping trip at the mountain, the grandmother and another person had an inexplicable experience. She woke up outside the tent, face in the dirt, with bloodstains, feeling an unexplainable sensation, and even the other person experienced the same confusion. The strange occurrences at Mount Shasta are not new. Documented events go back over 150 years. One story involves a young man defying his tribe and crossing the forbidden area with his fiancée, where they encountered two enormous giants. The giants stared at them, blinking repeatedly, seemingly testing them. The tribe confirms sightings of massive human-like creatures called the Bigfoot or Yeti. The Modoc tribe, part of the Klamath group, are among those most convinced of these creatures' existence. They offer them gifts to avoid harm. Evidence exists supporting these claims, including skeletal remains reportedly found in 1930 on Mount Shasta, a 12-foot-tall giant skeleton. Such a height is unheard of among humans, and the surrounding people mysteriously left no trace. Legends also speak of a lost continent called Lemuria. According to accounts, Lemurians were highly advanced, similar to Atlantis, possessing anti-gravity aircraft, submarines, modern televisions, radios, air conditioning, voice-operated writing machines, high-speed railways, and teleportation technology. Lemuria fell due to mistakes, serving as a warning to future generations. Some Lemurians allegedly survived and now live in Mount Shasta, forming a spiritual brotherhood. The novel, The Dweller of Two Planets, by Frederick Spencer Oliver, written in 1883, claimed that a hidden force guided the writing, not the author himself. Oliver's mother later published the manuscript after his death. In 1931, Harvey Spencer Lewis published a book called Lemuria, the Lost Continent in the Pacific Ocean, supporting the idea of Lemurians. Local Native Americans report Lemurians living in a hidden network called Telos, meaning City of Light, within Mount Shasta. They describe them as 7 foot tall, with white clothing, lots of hair, cranial protrusions the size of walnuts, and telepathic abilities. Legends claim the Lemurians monitor humanity, offering gold in exchange for protection. Their technology is said to be beyond current human capability, using crystals for construction and advanced energy systems. All these accounts suggest Lemurians are not always benevolent. Some stories portray them as demonic, responsible for human abductions for experiments, genetic research, and cloning. This includes the 3-year-old child who saw a double of his grandmother, possibly used for cloning experiments. Further evidence comes from people like J.C. Brown, a miner for Lordy Caudry Mining Company, who discovered a vast cave inside the mountain, stretching 11 miles, containing a city, giant statues, 27 sarcophagi of enormous skeletal remains, gold artifacts, and a worship hall. Brown kept this discovery secret for years, until 1934, when he confided in John Serow. Serow later organized an expedition of 80 people, but he disappeared on the mountain with no trace. Other historical references include the work of British zoologist Philip Lutley Sclater, who postulated that the lemur's presence in India and Madagascar suggested a now submerged landmass, Lemuria. Parallel stories in India speak of a lost civilization, Kumari Kandam, with technology comparable to Lemuria, hinting at possible connections. Interestingly, the deity Shasta, worshipped by Indians, is depicted wearing a traditional Native American headdress, hinting at a potential link between these myths. Some sources consider Lemuria and Kumari Kandam separate civilizations. while others claim they were the same. A detailed study by the California government on Shasta pilgrims found that 98% of spiritual visitors aim to connect with beings inside the mountain. Many claim to witness advanced beings, including a leader named Saint Germain, who reportedly taught religious and mystical knowledge to select humans, forming a closed sect. Visitors have reported seeing flying saucers near the mountain, and this phenomenon has been documented multiple times. So Mount Shasta remains a hub of mysterious phenomena, spiritual activity, unexplained disappearances, and ancient legends. All the accounts compiled suggest a complex web of supernatural, extraterrestrial, and advanced civilizations hidden within the mountain, blending history, folklore, and the unexplained.